Hi, this is Brooks Compton, Mayor of the City of Centerville, and we've just completed our third meeting on February 15th of the Centerville City Council. And this is just a summary of what took place during the course of our meeting this evening. We had an invocation that was given to us by D. Huff, who was the first reader of the First Church of Christ Scientist. And then we had an item come before council that was dealing with a matter that had been before the Planning Commission, and it was for a development known as the Villas of Centerville over at Chardonnay off of Alex Bell. And the developer, Mr. Raj Grande, requested that that item be pulled off the table and then retabled to our meeting on March 21st. We reviewed previous council minutes, approved those, and then we had the good fortune this evening to honor the Centerville High School cross-country team, which has just recently won the State of Ohio Championship in 2015, repeating their championship in 2014. The girls of that team, or the ladies of that team, were all here this evening with Coach Dave Dobson, and they have been a nationally ranked girls cross-country team, so we honored them this evening, and we're very pleased to have them here with us. Their coach, Dave Dobson, was recognized this year as the Ohio High School Cross-Country Coach of the Year. We have a short presentation for Relay for Life. Kristen Dinteman presented that, and there will be a Relay for Life at Centerville High School on May 14th. We then had official reports. I had a brief report acknowledging the good work that the Public Works Department has been doing with the snow removal, recognizing Art at the Trace, which was a week or so back. The business breakfast, which will be March 9 at Yankee Trace starting at 7:30. And the neighborhood meeting for the area pretty much in the southwest part of Centerville will be March 14, and it's going to be an open house, not a formal meeting, but an open house at the police department from 6:30 to 8 on Monday, March the 14th. Then we had an item that had come before the Planning Commission, and this evening we had about an hour, a little bit more than an hour of discussion with respect to an appeal which Miami Valley Hospital South made regarding a decision that the Planning Commission of Centerville had acted on in denying their request for a sign variance for a variance for a sign that's located on I-675 for the Miami Valley Hospital South property at 2400 Miami Valley Drive. A staff presentation was made by Mr. Rodney, and then the public hearing was opened, and the applicant, Miami Valley Hospital South, presented several witnesses to review their application and review their appeal from the decision of the Planning Commission. We had one citizen, Dr. Paul Gresham, who offered some comments with respect to the application for the appeal. And after a lengthy discussion among council and a lot of questions, we heard from experts with respect to landscaping design, experts with respect to lettering and signage requirements on a hospital sign or a sign that faces a highway because of the high rate of speed, and then a number of items with respect to the requirements to grant a variance. Ultimately, after the discussion, council voted 6-0 to grant the appeal of the Miami Valley Hospital South for the location of their 3 signs on the property, in particular for the sign along I-675. We had the consent agenda, which dealt with a number of items. One of particular importance with respect to the city is that there is going to be a new clerk of council, and that's Karen R. Andrews. She will start as clerk of council on February 22nd. We had a couple other items that dealt with property items. One was respect to a resolution granting a non-exclusive easement to E&E Properties in Centerville for the use of a private stormwater infrastructure over a very small parcel of property which the city of Centerville owns along the East Franklin Street, and that item was passed also. There are a number of items that came before council regarding purchase of equipment. One was an articulated wheel loader. One was the purchase of a gross vehicle weight dump truck, 35,000 gross vehicle weight dump truck, and then a number of items dealing with sprinkling of property and also of yard maintenance for a number of the properties within the city of Centerville. And then finally, we dealt with a number of items dealing with purchase of chemicals related to the Yankee Trace development. And we reappointed a couple people on our consent agenda, Bryce Nickel to the Personnel Appeals Board, and Norman Clare also to the Personnel Appeals Board. And finally, in old business, we dealt with the ordinance amending Section 1424, which dealt with the adoption of standardized building codes and housing codes within the state of Ohio. We adopt that every year to update our own code to be in conformance with what the state of Ohio has done with respect to residential and commercial properties. We had no citizen comments tonight and no additional new business, and we adjourned our meeting approximately 10 o'clock. And our next council meeting will be March 21st, 2016. Thank you for watching the summary, and look forward to hearing from you. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to call any of the council members or your mayor or the city building at 433-7151. Thank you for watching.